Welcome back to my channel, The Theoretical Doctor Audio Blogs. Here, I will be sharing a brief introduction of the general theme of the orthopedics posting during my first posting as a house officer. The link to the article of this audio blog is available in the description below if you would prefer to read on it instead. Otherwise, let's begin. Orthopedic surgery or orthopedics is the branch of surgery concerned with conditions involving the musculoskeletal system. In short, it is concerning the bones and soft tissue involvement should there be a trauma, causing even a simple laceration to a fracture or an infection of the superficial tissues up till the bone. The orthopedics posting is my first posting during my housemanship journey. According to many, it is considered a chill posting where the patients are mostly stable and the procedures are less and the people or our bosses are one of the nicest. Chill? I beg to differ. Perhaps because it is my first posting to begin with. Teams or subspecialties. Depending on the hospital, the system may vary slightly. Where I'm at, the posting is divided into general team and subspecialties such as peri, arthro, STT, advanced trauma, tumor, spine, SFAT and DFU clinic, hand, and RCBM. Each of these subspecialties only has one houseman except the spine team, which has 3 house officers. The rest are in general, which is then divided into 2 main wards, the male orthopedic ward and the female orthopedic ward. Throughout my whole time in ortho, I was in the general team all throughout. I started off in female ortho ward for a month before they shifted me into male ortho ward. Thankfully, shifts. In the general team, we have a variety of shifts which makes the whole experience wholesome, which are TAG, SD, short day, LD, long day, ON, on night, ETD AM, ETD PM, EMOT AM, and EMOT PM. What are all these abbreviations? TAG or tagging is something all of us have to go through when we first enter the department. It is a compulsory 2-week period starting from 7 a.m. till 10 p.m. on paper with only 1 day of break in a week. It is the most tiring period that all of us have to go through, and it challenges us both physically and mentally. After we have off tag, meaning we have completed our off-tag assessment with our respective mentors or completed the 2-week period, and whichever comes first, is when we begin to experience the rest of the shifts. SD or short day starts from 7 a.m. till 5 p.m. on paper, and that basically means that we will be in our respective ward placement. We will not be in charge of the acute beds usually. LD or long day starts from 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. and they are usually in charge of the acute beds. Acute beds are beds situated in front of the nursing counter. They are usually kept under strict observation because they're quite unstable. ON or on night starts from 7 p.m. till 8 a.m. and they take care of the ward at night, basically taking over the duties from the person who is LD. Other than being in charge of the ward alone at night, they are responsible for updating the patient's master list and are in charge of allocating the beds to the houseman the following day, meaning they have to have the allocations ready by 6 a.m. and have it sent in the ward WhatsApp group. So the SD and LD will know of which bed to take care for that day. In addition to that, they are also in charge of CM bloods or coming morning bloods. Yes, it's not centimeter bloods. Usually there will be a list sent in the WhatsApp group and the forms and tubes will be prepared by SD and LD. The coming morning tubes and forms prepared will be stored and the bloods will be taken after midnight and sent to the respective labs by morning. Besides this, the on-night has to trace the blood sent and chart them. Lastly, not forgetting, the on-night person is also responsible for post-operative review and has to attend any acute issues or active complaints in the ward. Sounds like a lot of responsibility for one person, doesn't it? Especially if you have just started, it can seem rather overwhelming. However, fear not. It's actually quite fun. ETD AM or ETD PM is short for Emergency and Trauma Department AM shift and PM shift. The AM shift is from 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. while the PM shift is from 7 p.m. till 7 a.m. However, both are required to attend the morning handover, which is in the old ortho clinic on weekdays or the level 6 handover room during weekends and public holidays. Prior to the morning handover, we are required to create a WhatsApp group in which we have to add the medical officer on call for that day, the ward call, registrar, as well as the other house officers in general team who are EMOT AM, EMOT PM, SD or LD for the day, as well as the peri house officer and the house officer in charge of PEDS ortho ward. POW. Whenever the ETD call or ward call receives a call for a new referral of patient, the list gets updated and the ETD houseman has to look for the patient either from green zone, yellow zone, or red zone, update the name and ID, as well as to upload the x-rays and clinical photos into the group. If there is time, well, they have to clock the patient as well while awaiting the medical officer to arrive. At the end of the day, if the patient gets admitted, be it under ortho or for ortho to review as peri team, we are required to make the presentation slides. The presentation slides will include the patient's information, any comorbidities, history of presenting complaint, vitals, physical examination, clinical pictures, x-rays, any important investigations, diagnosis, and also the plan or management. Being the ETD PM houseman, it is important to complete the slides before the handover. So yes, if there were a total of 10 plus admissions during your shift, then there would be a lot of slides to make, and apart from being the first responders and assisting, we've got a plate full of duties. EMOT AM or EMOT PM is short for Emergency Operating Theater, AM or PM, meaning any case posted under emergency, not elective surgery. The EMOT AM shift starts from 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. and the EMOT PM shift starts from 7 p.m. till 7 a.m. Basically, being an EMOT houseman, you are the surgeon's assistant. The surgeon might be the OT call, which is a medical officer, a registrar, or maybe even a specialist. When there is a case that is being called, the nurse will alert the EMOT house officer first, provided that you have left the phone number with them. Then, it is our duty to alert the surgeon and prepare the necessary equipments, call the radiographer if needed, and to alert the surgeon upon the patient's arrival to the airlock. Once the patient has arrived at the airlock, the EMOT houseman has to inform the surgeon, prepare the antibiotics, and write the patient's details on the whiteboard in the OT while the patient is being assessed by the nurse and the anesthetist. After the patient has been pushed to the OT, the EMOT houseman has to help arrange the patient according to the position needed by the surgeon, which is most of the time supine, insert a urinary catheter if needed, and finally to scrub in. This is the best part. After we have scrubbed in, the patient will be prepped for operation, meaning the limb that will be operated on will be painted and draped with green towels. Once the patient is set, it is time to time out. Time out basically means that we have to read the patient's details, our plan, nurses, and doctors involved by the EMOT houseman on the whiteboard earlier. Rounds. Rounds during weekdays are 3 times per day. Early in the morning, which is AM rounds, in the afternoon, PM rounds, and at night, on-call rounds. However, on-call rounds are only for patients in acute beds or for any newly admitted patients from the emergency department. On weekends or public holidays, rounds are only in the morning, AM rounds, usually without a specialist, and also on-call rounds with the specialist. Next, must know procedures. Apart from the regular blood taking, ordering scans, carrying out the job list, attending to the patient's issues, and being a surgeon's assistant, there are a few important procedures that an orthopedic house officer should be aware of, as they are frequently being carried out in the wards, emergency department, and also in the operating theater. Here is a list of procedures that I can remember offhand, such as wound disallowing, how to prepare POP slabs, such as back slabs or casts, vacuum dressing, closed manual reduction, usually done with a medical officer, registrar, or specialist, but it is good to know, applying skin traction, toilet, and suturing. This basically covers the short introduction to the orthopedics posting in the general team. I've yet to experience being in subspecialties, and hence I'm unable to share my experience for the others. Personally, I love hands-on procedures, and the orthopedic posting is a very hands-on as well as Houseman dependent posting. If you have yet to begin or have just started your rotation in the orthopedics posting, I bid you good luck. Albeit it being a tiring posting, it is nonetheless a fun one once you are familiar with the order and the system. Till then, stay amazing, stay strong, and always have faith. Thank you for listening to this audio blog. Do stay tuned for more, which will be available every Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Remember to click on the subscribe button as well as the bell button so you won't miss out on any upcoming audio blogs.